Today we settle the argument that never dies. 426 HEMI versus 454 LS6 versus 446 pack versus 428 Cobra Jet versus Boss 429. We're not chasing brochure fairy tales. We're talking real-world street results and why some combos win when the light turns green. Ground rules first. These are factory street trims, bias ply air tie reality, stockish gearing, and full curb weight. Ratings are gross horsepower, so numbers look big, but traction, gearing, and weight decide who actually moves. We'll judge by 4 lenses. Street dig on real pavement, quarter-mile potential, 40 miles per hour roll pull, and ownership reality, price, tuning, and headaches. With that set, let's fire the big dogs. Let's start with the 426 HEMI. Rated at 425 gross HP. It's a legend for a reason. Big bore, shortest stroke. Hemispherical heads with huge valves and serious airflow. On paper, it's a sledgehammer. In practice, it wants RPM gear and driver discipline. In a big body, you're dragging real weight, and on skinny tires a HEMI can turn the first 60 feet into smoke. Give it a 3.54 to 4.10 gear, a tight chassis in prep, and it wakes up violent mid-range, clean on the big end, and it doesn't lay down when the revs climb. The catch is street manners and cost. It's finicky when out of tune, and it was never cheap. But if you can plan it, a sorted HEMI is a problem. Now the 454 LS6. Factory rated 450 gross HP. Rectangular port heads, big solid cam, and torque like a freight elevator. The Chevelle hauls mass, but this motor stacks torque from low RPM in a way the HEMI doesn't. On a street roll, LS6 is savage. Short shifted and it still pulls. The trade-off is the same as a HEMI. Heavy car, fragile traction on bias ply. But day to day, the LS6 is friendlier to live with, responds instantly to basic tuning, and you don't need to spin to the moon. Bottom line, mountain of torque and a wider sweet spot. Enter the 446 pack or 6 barrel. Factory triple hollies, rated around 390 gross HP, but the number hides the truth. The mid-range is where this combo eats. Instant throttle, broad torque curve, and in a beat body with a Dana 60 and 3.54, the 4.10 gears. It hooks better than the brochure heroes. The 440 doesn't need glamorous RPM. The car leaves hard, pulls clean through the middle, and feels faster than its rating. On the street, where prep is a rumor and tires are cold, the 6-pack is repeatable speed. The 428 Cobra Jet is Ford's torque play. Paper says 335 gross HP. Reality says underrated. Big torque down low, strong mid-range. And in a Fairlane/Torino or Mustang shell, you're often moving less weight than the GM/Mopar monsters. It's a driver's engine. You don't chase redline heroics. You ride the wave. In the real world, 2 passengers, a warm night, and questionable asphalt. The CJ makes people rethink only 335. It's also less temperamental and cheaper to keep happy than a HEMI or Boss motor. Then the Boss 429. On the sheet, 375 gross HP. In the garage, NASCAR head architecture, huge ports, and a bottom end that begs for cam, carb, and compression. In stock street trim is detuned, mild cam, restrictive exhaust, and often tallish gearing. So it rarely shows its ceiling on day one. But the headroom is wild. Bone stock, it can feel softer than the legends above. Give it cam/headers, and it transforms. As delivered, it's more pedigree and potential than automatic victory. So who wins where? Street dig on period tires. Give me the 446 pack or 428 Cobra Jet. They hook sooner and carry the mid-range without drama. A perfectly driven HEMI or LS6 can beat them, but perfectly isn't how real intersections work. Quarter-mile potential, stock trim, prep surface HEMI and LS6 have the ceiling. With traction and tune, they trade punches at the top of the board. 6-pack close behind. CJ within striking distance. Boss 429 needing mods to show at hand. 40 miles per hour roll. The LS6 is the easy button. Instant torque, quick pull in any gear. While a gear HEMI comes on like a storm once it's breathing. Ownership reality. 6-pack and CJ are the high-return, low-drama plays. LS6 is straightforward, but parts prices aren't small. HEMI and Boss are high-cost/high-reward. Spectacular when sorted, expensive when they're not. Here's the executive summary. If your life is stoplight to 80 miles per hour on average pavement, the 446-pack is the street killer. Tractable, punchy, and consistent. If you're chasing roll races or strip passes with prep, it's LS6 versus HEMI. Pick your poison. Torque wall versus airflow empire. If you want maximum win rate per dollar, the 428 Cobra Jet is the sleeper assassin of this list. Less hype, more results. And the Boss 429? In stock trim with the gentleman with gloves on. Take the gloves off and it's a different movie. So tell me, in your town, on your asphalt, which one wins and why? Gear ratio, tire, curb weight. Details matter. Drop your setup and your time slip in the comments. If it scratched the itch, hit subscribe and watch our Sleeper Assassins and Top 5 Year series next. Keep the legend alive. CarSwagger out. Peace.